So welcome to your first YouTube upload. I'm very excited. This is a little bit of technological history that's being made, certainly for me at least, which is to create a first part of your seminar on YouTube and the second part to be a conference call. Obviously it's best to do the conference call once you've listened to the material that I would have discussed in the sort of YouTube viewing. So what's the theme? The theme is really clearly, how do you create the life that you would like? And we've got three very particular steps that, as far as we're concerned, put you in an excellent place to take responsibility for creating the life that you would like. Or should we say the life that you would love? The first step in order to get to a place that you'd be really thrilled with is to know where you are. Is to know who you are in the place that you are. Because in that you can then start assessing, understanding, deeply appreciating the things that are working and the things that aren't working. And I would say that you need to have that insight before you can be absolutely, not absolutely clear, but certainly clearer about where it is that you want to head to. So that the main substance of this particular piece is to look at where are you. Just to return to the overview again of what the overall course is looking to achieve. The second step is, once you've really thought through where you are, is to look at, well, where would you like to go to? And what's the process in understanding and envisioning where you'd like to get to. So the kind of work you'd like, the kind of relationship you'd like to be in, the kind of relationships you'd like to have with friends and with family, perhaps where you're living, how you spend your leisure time, what comprises a really excellent life for you. That's step two. And then step three is, okay, well, given that you know where you are, given that you know where you'd like to get to, how the hell are you going to get there? It's the pragmatic response to, this is where you are, this is where you're going to get to, and what's the game plan? The next upload, or the next seminar that we're going to be doing, we'll be looking at step two, which is defining your vision. And then, of course, the step after that's going to be looking at how you're going to go about getting there. So now let's look at step one. Where are you? That requires a certain amount of insight. So if I look at the insight, or how I've personally developed insight over time, I would say the most important methodology that's made the biggest difference has been meditation. Has been actually sitting back, closing my eyes, and taking a really good look at who I am. You may not be meditators, you may not be people that want to engage in meditation, but I would encourage time spent quietly just with you, where you can either close your eyes or leave your eyes open, but the idea is the same, which is to take a look at yourself, to take a look at your life, to take a look at what's working, to take a look at what's not working, but not only at the surface of your mind, but actually to spend time looking at these very important questions with some depth. Now, as I say, my thing is to sit and close my eyes and to allow insight to arise around the key areas of my life. For you, it may be to sit quietly, to listen to music, but to contemplate, to really allow your mind to rest on these key questions and to see what insights arise. And as they arise, at the end of perhaps a sitting, you start making a few notes. Because I want your insight to come from a real place of depth inside you, so that you have an absolute sense, if possible, of knowing where you are and what are the key dimensions and aspects of your life as it stands. Because if you want to get somewhere, it's vital to have a sense of who you are right now. Also, what I want to put on the table at this point is a really important principle that's guided me in my work, and that is the principle. It's a should we say, proclaimed idea, understanding, which is the model of applied consciousness. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that actually in the depths and the heights and the heart of who we are, we're incredibly malleable beings. We don't necessarily have a very fixed form in terms of who we are. So if I'm right, if I'm saying, well, actually, we're incredibly malleable, then what are we made of? Well, I would say what we're actually made of in our essence is consciousness. So that means then that you, in who you are, is, if I'm right, is consciousness itself. So if that's right, then you can recreate yourself consciously. And if I'm right in what I'm saying, that's a huge fact to put on the table. What it's basically saying is that you can reshape, reform yourself from consciousness, as opposed to what is a standard belief, which is that we are born, we are influenced, we are arising from an experience of who we are and how we were brought up in our DNA, and that's to some degree fixed. I'm saying it's not fixed at all. I'm saying that you can actually take responsibility for reshaping yourself, and in so doing unlocking huge facts of resource and potential that perhaps you didn't know you had before. So let's return then. So what I'm saying is let's take a really good, clear look at who you are. How do I want you to do that? Well, I want you to spend time contemplating. I want you to spend 5 or 10 minutes a day just really closing your eyes, taking a look at who you are, writing some notes, taking a look at who you are in relation to your family, who you are in relation to your work, who you are in relation to the leisure time that you have, who you are in relation to physical exercise, every dimension that's really important to you. I want you to investigate that. What I also want you to do is I want you to decide, okay, who are the 6 people in my life that know me the best? And I want them to answer some questions for you, and I want you to take some notes. I want you to ask them, well, who do you think I am in relation to my family, my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters? Who do you think I am in terms of the work that I have and what works for me in that work and what doesn't work for me? Who do you think I am in terms of the leisure and the leisure pursuits that I have, and how I take care of myself physically and how I take care of myself emotionally? I want you to undertake a huge adventure, because the essence of this course is that you go on an adventure, that your life isn't a problem to be solved, it's an adventure, a mystery to be adored and to be lived. So if we're going to go on that adventure, let's first know where we are. So your homework is really clear. Choose 6 people that you think know you extremely well. Sit down, tell them that you're going to want them to spend about half an hour with you, and really grill them on what they understand about you. Grill them about what do they think works in you, what do they think doesn't work in you. Really have them give you feedback, and let them know that you're open to hearing the truth from them, and it'll create a huge opportunity for you to communicate deeply and openly with important people in your life. But more importantly, it will leave you with a much deeper sense of who you are. So I'm really excited. So just to review, the 3 steps on this odyssey, on this adventure that you're embarking on, are really clear. Step 1, where are you? Who are you in where you are? Step 2, where do you want to get to? And we're going to look at the methodology of figuring out where you want to get to in the next YouTube upload and the next conference call session that we have. And then a final step, step 3, is how the hell are you going to get there? What are you going to do to actually make this thing come real? So just to finally say, step 1, who are you? How are you going to assess it? You're going to sit down, you're going to meditate, you're going to contemplate, you're going to close your eyes, you're going to write notes, you're going to start looking deeply at who you are. You're also going to invite people around you that know you well, and you're going to ask them to reflect back to you the most important aspects of what makes you you, around friends, around family, around work, around leisure time. So I'm going to sign off now. I've been given a 10-minute window in YouTube, so this is now coming up to the 10th minute. I look forward to talking to you. Well done. Your life's an adventure, an odyssey. Enjoy it. Fantastic.